Hi, my name is Frank Schaefer. And in the 1970s and 80s, I was an activist in the anti-abortion cause. In fact, I produced a film series with Ronald Reagan Surgeon General Dr. C. Everett Koop and my late father, Francis Schaefer, called Whatever Happened to the Human Race, that most historians of American politics and religious life credit, if you want to put it that way, with the beginning of the Protestant evangelical involvement in what had been a Catholic cause, the pro-life movement. So I have a question for you. I have a question for MAGA voters. I have a question for evangelicals who voted for Trump twice. I have a question for the 83% of the white evangelicals who voted for Trump. I have a question for the pro-life Roman Catholics at the Heritage Foundation. Is this pro-life enough for you? Trump has deported a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 4-year-old American citizens without any due process because their mother was not born in this country, and sent them off to Central American countries and South American countries with no due process. An American citizen, a child, a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 4-year-old. The measles outbreak in Texas is a direct result of the conspiracist theories that are circulating on right-wing media, MAGA media, evangelical media, run by mothers and parents of children who have now decided that vaccines are suspect, that they cause autism and whatever other stupid, unscientific conclusions they've drawn. Is that pro-life enough for you, that children are dying of measles in West Texas and that it's going to spread across the country? Do you know that measles had been eliminated as a childhood disease, as a threat, along with polio that had been eliminated? By the way, my left leg looks like a toothpick because I got polio in 1952 and wasn't vaccinated. I got it on shipboard with my parents traveling back from a missionary furlough in Europe in 1954. I know what not vaccinating does. Is that pro-life enough for you? That we have a measles outbreak that is killing little children in West Texas and will all over America as the anti-vax movement makes sure that children will die, all because Donald Trump put this ridiculous Kennedy with a brain worm in power to question our scientists who had eliminated measles? Is that pro-life enough for you? And what about the women who no longer have abortion available to them and who will be prosecuted when the Heritage Foundation, with their Project 2025, achieves their aim to turn the accusation of having had abortion into a murder accusation? When they're in prison doing life sentences and their doctors are facing penalties up into including the death penalty, which is what is advocated by the most extreme anti-abortion fanatics who are now empowered by Donald Trump, is that pro-life enough for you? Is it pro-life enough for you that aid to children around the world has been cut to the point where, and this is not an exaggeration, millions of children's lives are at risk now because American aid has been cut because of Elon Musk, who, by the way, is he pro-life enough for you with his 12 to 30 children? 12 to 30 children by 6 to 15 different women? Why the disparity in the numbers? Well, the Wall Street Journal did an investigative report of at least the 6 to 9 mothers who have borne him children that he hits up on, then abandons, then sues, and stops child support to them. Is that pro-life enough for you if they don't do exactly what he says? For instance, he wanted to put them all in a compound, many wives and concubines, like some great Persian aristocrat 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000 years ago. Is that pro-life enough for you? So I want to tell you there is a total betrayal of the pro-life movement now by the Trump people. The lies he tells about health systems, the lies that are told about vaccines, the lies that are told about women who have abortions, the lies that are told about doctors who take care of women, the lies that are told about the children he's deporting, a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old. And this is only the first taste of his program of trying to deny citizenship to kids born here. Do you understand that? Deny citizenship to American children born here. He's already deporting them. Is that pro-life enough for you? The pro-life movement has been betrayed. You know, if I was still an ardent pro-lifer, I am not. I believe in choice. But if I was, I would be giving you this same message today. Oh, how far the evangelical right and the Roman Catholic conservatives have fallen. Oh, how you have been misled. Oh, how you've been lied to. And now there are children dying in West Texas. There are children dying in the world, all over the globe, because aid has been cut. And truth has been cut. Is that pro-life enough for you, that the Voice of America and all our programs that were the only lifeline of truth, medical facts, science, environmental information, not controlled by people like Vladimir Putin, are closed now as Trump does favors to his dictator friends? Is that pro-life enough for you? Is it pro-life enough for you that Donald Trump now has made an alliance with Vladimir Putin against Ukraine? Vladimir Putin, who had his troops rape their way across the country, kidnapping thousands of Ukrainian babies and children from mothers who had been raped and transporting them to Russia to be given as adoptive infants to Russian parents. Is that pro-life enough for you? How the pro-life movement has been betrayed. What traitors you evangelicals who voted for Trump are to the pro-life children, to the babies. And what of children conceived here in America that nothing is done for? While Medicaid is being cut to tens of thousands, no, actually millions of Americans if Trump gets his way, and Medicare cut to the elderly, and Social Security attacked, that gives a groundwork and a framework for people my age to be able to count on something because of the lifetime contributions we made into the system. Is that pro-life enough for you? Who are these arrogant billionaires doing this lickspittles work for him? Who are these people who bind themselves to Trump with the photographs taken at his inauguration? Is that pro-life enough for you? Who are these men? Look at what Facebook has done. Look at what social media has done to your children. Is the porn that your sons and daughters are watching when they're 10, 11, 8, 9 years old, learning to choke out a girl because of these tech buffoons who have built algorithms to attract children to pornography, to attract perverts to child porn? Is that pro-life enough for you? Well, these are Trump's enablers. These are his buddies. They built these systems. They built these algorithms. As we push back and try to get iPhones and phones out of schools, who do you think we're pushing back again except these smiling cretins who lined up to get their pictures taken with Donald Trump? Is that pro-life enough for you? This anti-family tech elite, these tech bros who don't give a crap about you and me? Is that pro-life enough for you? Stop. Think. Trump is not the person to carry the flag of the pro-life movement. He has betrayed us. When a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 4-year-old can be taken from their mother and deported to another country, or deported with their mother without due process, who were born here like your children were if you're an American. Is that pro-life enough for you? My name is Frank Schaefer.